Welcome back, friends, to another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. Lids87 here, and today I created a guide. Now this guide will be talking about awakenings and EXs, and it is more geared towards newer players or those players that don't really play on the JP versions and would like to know what awakenings and EXs are. Now I decided I wanted to do this video. I really like this game. I've always wanted to do some form of guide to help players better understand a certain mechanic of the game. So awakenings and EXs, they're almost here, they're within our grasp. Now at the time of this recording, it is approximately around the Halloween event. It's actually a few hours away, so things could change. That being said, things can change. All the information that I will be providing today is based off of the JP version of the game. Us global players know that global likes to switch things up, so some things could change, specifically about in what order the awakenings occur for said characters. So that being said, thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys like the guide and enjoy. Awakenings, what are they? So for those of you that do not know, awakenings allow a character to surpass the level 50 cap for both crystals and character level. The new level which they can now reach is level 60. In order to surpass the crystal level 50 cap, we will be receiving a new crystal called the High Shard. These High Shards, combined with shards, crystals, and clusters, will allow a character to reach new crystal levels above 50. Do keep in mind though, high crystals are very rare. We cannot, at this moment over on JP, farm them on any crystal cycles. The only way to acquire High Shards at this moment are through a new events token exchange shop. These can be character events, special events like summer campaigns or heritage quest. On another side note, High Shards are limited in the token exchange shop. Currently on JP, we are allowed to purchase 100 High Shards per color per event, so please plan out your shards accordingly. Through a community co-op mission reward, for example during a summer campaign, if the community reaches a certain score in total, Square will reward us with High Shards, and eventually as a mission reward through the gold nodes on a Lost Chapter's hard difficulty. Now depending on what new crystal level a character is currently at, they will gain new stats or passive bonuses. So here I will break it down further. Crystal level 51 increases the level cap by 10. Crystal levels 52, 56, 57, and 59 are an increase to a character's base stats, so for example HP, attack, max, brave, so on and so forth. At crystal level 53, a character gains 50 CP to equip the new passives. Crystal levels 54 and 58 are reserved for new buff passives depending on the character. For example, Cloud's crystal level 58 gives him a buff that reads target attack up, increases attack when attacking an enemy targeting Cloud. Crystal levels 55 and 60 will improve a character's abilities. Crystal level 55 boosting their first ability and level 60 boosting their second. For example, Cloud's crystal level 55 increases cross slash's potency by 20% and deals an additional 10% brave damage on a critical hit. That's pretty damn nice if you ask me. So I know this is a lot to take in, so I strongly recommend checking out the Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia Database. It is a well put together website that goes over all the current characters in both global and JP versions. It covers a character's abilities, crystal passives, artifact passives, and weapons. I highly recommend you go to the database. I will provide the link below. Finding your favorite character, clicking on the passive abilities tab, and scroll down to see what a character's awakening holds in store for them. Okay, so how many shards do we actually need to max out a character's crystal level? So currently, in order to go from crystal level 1 to 50, you will need 1,141 shards, 930 crystals, 550 clusters. In order to go from crystal level 51 to 60, you will need 1,100 shards, 825 crystals, 550 clusters, and 275 high crystals. So in grand total, in order to go from crystal level 1 to 60, you will need 2,241 shards, 1,755 crystals, 1,100 clusters, and 275 high shards. That is a lot of shards. At this moment with Crystal Cycle quests, we are limited to only 10 attempts per day. unless you use a key, which will open up a crystal stage for 30 minutes. Eventually, if Global is kind to us, the crystal cycle stages attempt limitation will be removed, making it easier to farm crystals and level up your characters. So now that we know what Awakenings can do, how will Square proceed in releasing Awakenings? So Square will release a certain amount of characters in small batches in a certain amount of time. Based off of JP's timeline, the first batch of characters to be awakened at the time of making this video, and this can change, all this content, it can change, are Y'shtola, Shantoto, Furion, Warrior of Light, Cloud, and Terra. Now, I will not go over in this video what their awakenings do for every single one of these characters, but I will be providing a link down below to a Reddit page created by a Minos Spellgood, where they go more in depth about each character's awakening for batch 1 and are rated on how useful their awakenings actually are. Thank you, Minos Spellgood, for putting this page together, and I'm definitely looking forward to any future batch Reddit pages you create. I will also provide another link to a Rizlio's Reddit page that covers in what batch a character's awakenings are released based on JP's schedule if Global decides to continue down the same path. But again, as we know, things can change on Global. EX weapons. The next type of weapons that we will be receiving are called EX weapons or 70 CP weapons. Unlike 15 or 35 CPs, which only boost a character's abilities, an EX weapon will actually give a character a new ability to use, which can be equipped in the character menu. Just like in the actual games, Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII, and so on, the EX ability is exactly like a limit break from any of those titles. After your character has performed various actions or taken damage, their EX ability gauge, located in the upper right hand corner of the EX ability button, will fill up. Once full, your character will be able to perform that weapon's EX ability. The actual abilities used varies from character to character, with some dealing massive amounts of damage while others literally reviving your characters from being KO'd. EX abilities are unlimited. Once you use your EX ability, you need to refill the EX gauge again before you can reuse that ability. If you are curious on what an EX weapons ability looks like, there are various YouTubers who have demonstrated EX abilities from the JP side, so there's a good chance your favorite character has been covered. I would highly recommend starting there. So, how will Global be receiving EX weapons? When they go live, Square will be releasing EX weapons on weapon banners in intervals one at a time. If you would like to have a guess of when they were released on JP, check out the banner history on Altema, which I will provide a link below. Knowing Global, this order will most likely change. And what's a gacha game without any rates? So currently on Global, just for comparison, off of a multi-draw there is a 10% chance that your guaranteed 5-star weapon could be a 35 CP. Based off of JP's drop rates, and hopefully we get the same on Global, there is a 5% chance that your guaranteed 5-star from a multi-draw could be an EX weapon. If you do tickets, there is a 0.5% chance that you could pull an EX weapon. Now, I'm not that great with numbers, but all I can say is come prepared. There have been times where I've dropped 40k gems over on JP and not seen a single EX. Other times, I've gotten EX weapons with just a few tickets. Last but not least, limit breaking an EX weapon. Just like 15 and 35 CPs, it takes 3 limit breaks in order to fully max out an EX weapon, capping out at 80 CP. Also, unlike 15 or 35 CP weapons, EX weapons gain a new weapon passive per limit break. These can range from gaining buffs when a certain objective is met, an increase in damage for the EX ability, and or a faster recharge time. To find out what each weapon does, hold down on the weapon to bring up the passive, or visit the Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia Database under the JP tab, go to your favorite character, select gear list, and click on their EX weapon to see passives per limit break. See how useful the database can be? Alright, so that is it for this guide and video. Friends, I want to thank you guys for watching this. I hope that I was able to cover at least all the basics, if not as much as I was able to, so you have a better understanding of Awakenings and EXs. Again, this is my first guide, so don't roast me too hard down below in the comments, alright? That being said, let me know what you guys do think down below in the comments. Did you like it? Did I miss something very, very important that you guys believe I needed to cover. Again, just trying to cover the basics so everybody has an understanding. So again, thank you for watching. Good luck. I hope you get that EX weapon that you want. I hope that you're able to fully awaken your favorite character. So until next time, have a good one.